Hello, welcome to our channel. Please subscribe for more updates as we keep you updated with your favorite celebrities. A$AP Rocky stepping onto the Camp Flog Gnaw stage this Sunday feels like one of those moments fans have been waiting on all year. The kind that builds its own energy long before the lights even come up. From early morning, the festival grounds were already buzzing. You could feel a shift in the crowd, almost like everyone knew something special was about to go down. Word traveled fast that Rocky was set to hit the stage later in the day. And once that confirmation spread, the entire vibe changed. People moved with more excitement, conversations shifted toward anticipation, and every corner of the venue seemed charged with the same expectation. By the time the sun began dipping behind the Los Angeles skyline, fans were already gathering thick around the main stage. The air felt warm and restless, packed with that mix of festival chaos and pure adrenaline. When the house lights finally dimmed, the energy snapped into focus. A roar rose from the crowd, rolling forward like a wave as the stage filled with smoke and the first notes rumbled through the speakers. A$AP Rocky walked out with that calm confidence only he can pull off, offering the kind of presence that stops a massive audience all at once. He opened with a track that set the tone immediately. Heavy bass, sharp rhythm, and that fearless delivery he has mastered. The crowd went wild, jumping right into the beat like they had been waiting exactly for this. Rocky fed off the reaction, pacing across the stage with a smooth, deliberate stride, watching the sea of hands lifting toward him. His voice carried clean and powerful, cutting through the noise with that signature edge. As the set flowed on, each song seemed to build on the last. Rocky leaned into fan favorites, switching effortlessly between high energy and moodier, atmospheric moments. The production behind him matched his pace perfectly, flashing lights and tight visuals that synced with every shift in the music. Every time he paused to interact with the crowd, people answered him with explosive cheers. He smiled, laughed, and in those in-between moments showed that easy charisma that keeps fans drawn to him not just as an artist but as a personality. About halfway through, he took a moment to speak on how much he appreciated being back in front of such a massive, electric crowd. It felt genuine, almost intimate, even in a crowd of thousands. He talked about creativity, growth, and what this year has meant to him. Then, with barely a warning, he launched into another high-energy track that sent the audience right back into movement. Toward the end of the performance, Rocky shifted into some deeper cuts and experimental sounds, the kind of material that reminds people why he stands out in the hip-hop landscape. He delivered them with precision, layering attitude, emotion, and style. Fans rapped along, shouted lyrics, and some just stood with phones lifted, trying to capture a moment that felt bigger than the screen. He closed the night with one of his major anthems, turning the entire crowd into a single chorus. Sparks shot upward from the stage edges, the lighting flared bright, and Rocky held the moment with his full presence. When the final beat dropped, he stood still for a second, taking it in while the crowd screamed his name. Walking off the Camp Flog Gnaw stage this Sunday, he left behind a performance that people will talk about long after the festival ends. It was powerful, stylish, unpredictable, and exactly the kind of set fans hoped he would deliver.